Okay, you could use a lime for this spell. I'm using a lemon. Same sort of thing. Anything that's sour. We want to close the mouths of two people. And you can indeed put two people, in my opinion, two people into one lemon or lime to shut their mouths, to stop them from gossiping. Gossip is the problem. Carrying stories, just being like that. So I've cut it in half, and I have the photographs of the two contestants here, and I've placed them back to back because if they turn on each other, that is a bonus. I've called on Santissima Morte. I've explained to Santa Morte that the client needs some peace regarding these two, and yeah, so call on whatever deity you're familiar with. You know, you don't have to follow me, Santa Morte. You know, you need some of a build up regarding asking her for things. To be honest with that, you need to understand her, what she's all about, in my opinion, before you approach her. But everyone's different. So yeah, the idea is to get them to close their mouths, and that is their mouth. So when the lemon shuts, that's their mouth closed. I hope you understand what I'm saying. It's all symbolic. You could also use the cow tongue spell, but at the end of the day, it's extremely similar. It's very hard to get cow tongues over here, but like I said, it does. Sorry for the noise. It does the same job, and this has a souring effect, which is what we want as well. And a bit of banishing powder, I think, would be a good idea. That's to get banish the problem. Banish, even if we banish them, it'll do no harm. Getting them out of the way. This is some devil powder. This is really good for people that are negative and really, 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 people you want to get rid of. You just want them out of your face. That is a good powder. Again, I have every intention of listing powders on Etsy. I just need to get around to doing it. I've been so busy. Is that done? Yeah, it is. 1 second. Cayenne powder to bring some heat into the situation. That's what you need, is something to heat everything up and cause some friction so that the two of them stop speaking and then no rumors are spread around, that kind of thing. Now this is important. Alum powder, alum, ALUM powder is excellent for getting people just to shut up. Very effective in court work. I always say this, court work. If you want to silence a witness, and that is why I'm using that. That is to quiet people, quieten them down. Okay. And I'm going to pop a little bit of graveyard dirt. And this is not to harm them or hurt them. This is just to cause an ending to all of the stuff that the stuff that they're doing, cause an ending to the gossip, the carrying of tales, that sort of thing. And a little bit of hate oil so that they dislike each other. It does no harm. If we break the friendship, that they have, even though I believe they're related. But, if they have an argument, that'll stop them talking. That's what we want. Let me see what else I could put in here. I don't like to overdo things too much. I have a stop communication oil. I need to see where it's at. Actually, I'm just going to put a tiny little bit of this. Doesn't want to come out, of course. I really need to put everything in jars. It's black salt, but it's black salt created for the purpose of, getting people to back off, that kind of thing. That's why I'm using that. I think that's probably enough. And what I'm going to do is close it up with a coffin nail. just to close it, and then I will bind it up to bind their mouths shut. This is always awkward. And then I'll leave it on Santa Morte's altar, and I'll leave it there so that she can do her bit for the client. But like I said, just 1 second, takes a bit of concentration. There we go. So you could use normal little nails, you could use them all around that, but I like to use yarn as well. So I have a little petition in there as well, telling them, you know, to shut up, close their mouth, that sort of thing. Okay. So I'm saying their names into myself. You will shut your mouths. You will not carry stories or gossip or talk. If you do, you will become unsettled. Just 1 second. Every time I bring this yarn out, I get a knot in it. It's always the case. Yeah, you will become unsettled. You will close your mouth. In the name of Santa Morte, you will close your mouth. And for all that is good, you will do the right thing and close your mouth. I'm saying their names into myself again. Oh, this is unraveling. Damn. This always happens. Just try it. I'll try again. You must shut your mouth. Do the right thing. Be good people and shut your mouth. You will become restless. You will not sleep at night. And you will be deeply unhappy if you continue to carry stories and gossip. When you shut your mouth, everything will be fine. I'm not causing them harm. I'm just unsettling their lives, basically, so that they, you know, when they put two and two together and they realize that every time they gossip, it's causing like a bit of an imbalance, then they'll close their mouths. Believe me, people are quick to catch on sometimes, you know, so that's what I'm doing. And I called on Santa Morte for help, so in the name of Santissima Morte, it is done. Okay, get rid of that yarn. I'm going to have to get a new ball of yarn. So I like to do it in a cross shape, especially when I'm working with Holy Death, because of Catholicism and all that. It's a little bit of a symbol. She was venerated, as most of you know, via the Catholic faith. Not the Catholic Church, but the Catholic faith, I think I'm right in saying. So I'm just going to tie that in 3 knots. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Oh, damn. 1 second, this keeps unraveling. It's annoying. Okay, so I finally got that to tie nice and tight, and I'm just popping it in between 2 black candles, and I will put that on her altar with an offering, like so, and we can see what happens. And that needs to dehydrate and rot, you know, and it will mold and it'll get all dried up. And I like to leave it until it gets really tiny and shriveled, and then I put it in a jar, a bit like this, with vinegar and some destruction powder, and that will, you know, take it a step further and bring more, you know, discord into the equation. And you know, hopefully this will be enough to get them to quieten down. It's basically a binding kind of thing, so, but you could take it a step further and you could, you know, actually bind the people up, make little dolls kind of thing. But souring the mouth is something that is very, to me, it's very, very effective, works quite well. And yeah, you know, I've got I've got, you know, a positive feeling for this. It'll take time, obviously. These spells never work in an instant, so it does take time. So please allow it time. That's one thing I've noticed since I've been on Etsy a while. I've noticed that people aren't very clued up on magic and time scales, and I need to make a separate video on that because I feel that there's a lot of people on Etsy that are making a lot of false promises by telling that the spell will work within, you know, I've seen 24 hours, I've seen 72 hours, and I've seen spell work, you know, guaranteed. And you know, it's my duty to tell people that if you see something that's guaranteed, run as fast as you can. A lot of people come to me and say to me, what is your guarantee? There's no guarantees in life, you know, no guarantees, you know, at all with regards to magic anyway. You just you know, you just have to understand that it's a process, and we've passed it to the realm of spirit to see what happens. But I mean, it's not, you can't guarantee a spell, and it's terrible. It's a cash grab, and I feel so sorry for people like that. You know, I do my very best, and I do take time to churn out work, and in today's world, I think people just want everything that's fast and results fast and all this, and it doesn't work like that at all. It's a process, and you know, in the realm of spirit, time is nothing, you know, and you can't tell a spirit, I want this done by next week. You know, it doesn't work that way at all. And you know, it has happened to me a few times where someone has come back to me like a few days later and said to me, it hasn't worked, nothing's changed. And it's such an insult to the realm of spirit when you say that. You're drawing a line underneath the spell that the spell hasn't worked without even giving the spell time to work. So I'm just mentioning that because it's something I've noticed, and it's not to the client because I've worked with this client before. It's nothing to do with the client. I'm just saying it just needs time to manifest, and it may manifest itself in a different way, but we've said harm to none. You know, even though the spell is designed to make them, you know, argue, break apart and stuff, but we don't want to physically harm them, and that's important in any spell work, any petition, to say that. But like I said, you know, I just hate it when I see results within that, you know, 24 hours, 48 hours. It disgusts me. It really annoys me because, excuse me, you know, if that person was guaranteeing results, why are they selling stuff on Etsy? You know, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. I find that the people here on YouTube understand better. It's just, I think it's just a high turnover of stuff over there. I'm actually thinking about maybe not staying for long. I just thought I would go over for a while, but I don't think it's going to be for long. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, if someone guarantees you something, I can guarantee you it won't work in that time frame. It'd be a complete fluke if it did. The only guarantee I can make is that I'll do the spell, I'll show you the video of the spell preparation, and you'll get it as soon as I can humanly do it, because I do have other people, and it does take a bit of time to get videos out. But that's about it. And I don't want to rhyme on about that because most of you already know this, and most of you that watch these videos are very clued up with regards to, you know, spells and stuff. So I'm preaching to the converted kind of thing. But it's just something I needed to put out there because I'm getting so many per people, and they want things that are ridiculous as well. I mean, but that's another video. That's something I'll do. It's probably, I think it would be interesting as a story time on some of the crazy requests that I've been given over the past so many years that I've been on YouTube and Etsy. So anyway, like I said, this will go into a vinegar jar, and in due course then I will deploy it. I'll probably deploy it somewhere, not certain at this point. You can deploy it, jars like this, in graveyards to make everything really final, or somewhere that's negative, you know. But never work a honey jar and a vinegar jar on the same day or keep them close together. the energies clash, you know, so never do that. But other than that, it's ahasamagic@gmail.com. I'll speak to you all very soon. Bilal video on court workings and job workings. It's a bit of a 2-in-1 coming next. So I'll speak to you very soon. Have a great evening.